Welcome to the PCFL Show. On this week's episode, we've got highlights from our Week 9 games and previews of Week 10 action. The PCFL Show is brought to you in part by 916 Design Studio. For all your design needs, call 916-747-9255. Also by Hosted Sports, the only one-stop place for all sports on the web. The Spartans come out firing on the second play from scrimmage. They go deep and connect to Lenny Sanks for a 78-yard touchdown bomb. They go for two, and it's good. The Giants don't waste any time answering back as Deshaun Hosey Jr. pulls in a 45-yard touchdown pass from Marquez Shaw. This Giants fourth down conversion sets up a Curtis Holden touchdown reception. The Spartans turn a disaster into a payoff when the snap goes bad, but it's picked up and taken 55 yards for the touchdown. After a muffed punt, the Spartans recover and score on this touchdown pass. They run in the two-point conversion and go up 22-12. On the opening drive of the third quarter, B.J. Wimberly hits Eric Williams for a 24-yard touchdown pass. And midway through the fourth quarter, Marquez Shaw scrambles and hits Curtis Holden, who shakes some defenders and scores from 28 yards out. And your final score is Golden State Giants 24, Salinas Valley Spartans 22. The Barnstormers got on the board first with this Carl Michaelon touchdown run. In the second quarter, Mike Nichols hits Dion Davis for 6. Capitalizing on a Barnstormer fumble, Carl Michaelon takes it in for another touchdown. After a big reception by Rico Mitchell, Dion Davis pulls in his second touchdown of the day. On the opening drive of the second half, it's a fumble and the Rattlers recover. And Dion Davis pulls in his third touchdown of the day. The Rattlers are driving again, but Chad Kakeman picks the ball off. And Danny Betancourt puts it through for 3. And the scoring is capped as Ryan Thompson hits Jesse Martinez for the touchdown. Your final score, Rattlers 42, Barnstormers 3. The Eagles get on the board first as Ray Pinkston hits Carl Smith for the touchdown. But the Chiefs come right back as Kyle Allen hits Ahmad Lewis, who takes it 70 yards for the score. After a fumble recovery, the Chiefs take over and Kyle Allen hits Austin Winston for the touchdown. And later on in the second quarter, Kyle hits Tony Edmondson for a 62-yard score. Later on in the quarter, the Eagles score on this Ray Pinkston run. And in the third quarter, Ricky Webster takes it in for the touchdown. And in the fourth quarter, Kyle Allen hits Tony Edmondson again for another touchdown to take the lead. With under 2 minutes left in the game, the Eagles set themselves up on the goal line. But the Chiefs' defense holds, and it's turnover on downs. And your final score is Solano Chiefs 24, San Jose Eagles 21.
You are watching the PCFL Show with your host, Angry Mike.
The Islanders get on the board first when Jihad Mahasan takes it in from 19 yards out for the touchdown. In the second quarter, Brian Powers rolls out and hits Ricky Moore for a 41-yard touchdown strike. Rhinos ball, but James Barnes forces the fumble and Asi Moa returns it for the touchdown. Dupree Elay takes it 58 yards for 6. And with time running out in the half, Brian Powers takes it in himself for the score. In the third quarter, Jihad Mahassan reverses field and gets his second touchdown of the day. In the fourth quarter, Jonathan Lockett fakes the handoff and takes it in himself for the touchdown. And the scoring's capped off as Chris Jackson takes the wide receiver screen 70 yards. And your final score is Pacifica Islanders 45, California Rhinos 6. The Fury get on the board first as Eric Spivey snatches the ball out of the air and takes it to the house for the touchdown. But the War Angels answer back as Greg Parker rolls out and hits Johnny Walker for 6. In the second quarter, Johnny Walker pulls in his second touchdown. And with time running out in the half, Mike Harris makes this leaping grab to extend their lead. In the third quarter, Logan Hollis rolls out and hits Terrence McGee for the touchdown. And with less than 2 minutes in the game, Logan Hollis hits Steve Dickinson for the touchdown to take the lead. And your final score is Capital City Fury 21, Richmond War Angels 18. And in other scores around the league, the Delta Ducks defeated the Tri-Valley Bulls 62-7. Let's take a look at our performers of the week.
You're watching the PCFL Show.
The Giants and the Bulls are building for next year. Both teams have had to deal with a lot of injuries. A win here for either one of these teams would help to finish the season off on a positive note. The Golden State Giants take on the Tri-Valley Bulls Saturday at Granada High School. Kickoffs at 6 o'clock. Just because the Outlaws have come off a bye week and have a playoff spot locked doesn't mean they're ready to let their guard down. They're tied with the Ducks at 6-2 and looking to stay ahead to earn that first round bye. The Spartans have suffered a lot of injuries this year. They're looking for some positive momentum for next year. The South Beach Outlaws take on the Salinas Valley Spartans this Saturday, 1 o'clock kickoff at Rabobank Stadium, sponsored by Famous Dave's. With 2 games left in the season, the Barnstormers are looking to put themselves in a position to make the playoffs. To have a chance, they need to win this game. On the other hand, the Eagles could play the role of spoiler here if they come out with the win. The Barnstormers take on the Eagles, Yerba Buena High School this Saturday, kickoffs at 5 o'clock. The Chiefs and the Fury are both 5-3 and both looking to make the playoffs. A loss doesn't necessarily eliminate them, but it'll definitely make the road that much tougher. Can the Fury defense slow down the Chiefs offense? And can the Fury offense get clicking? The Solano Chiefs take on the Capital City Fury this Saturday at Luther Burbank High School. Kickoffs at 4 o'clock. Sponsored by 916 Design Studio for all your design needs. The War Angels are 5-3 and looking for a playoff berth. They need to win at least one of their last 2 games to have a chance. They face a tough Rattler team that's locked up the first seed, but is going to want to finish off strong and keep the undefeated streak going. The War Angels take on the Rattlers Saturday, Santa Rosa High School, kickoffs at 1 o'clock. The Islander defense is on fire right now. They've only given up 15 points in the last 4 games. They're going to want the win to help their playoff positioning. The Delta Ducks are 6-2 and looking to stay ahead of that glut that could be 6-4, as well as try to gain ground or overtake the Outlaws to earn a first-round bye. The Pacifica Islanders take on the Delta Ducks this Saturday, 4 o'clock kickoff at Grant Union High School in Sacramento. Well, that's it for another episode of the PCFL Show, and it's going to go to the last week to figure out who's in and who's out. So check back next week. Also, be sure to share the show links on Facebook. The more we get out into our communities, the more people we get coming to our games. Also, check out the PCFL.com for more info. I'm your host, Angry Mike, and I'll see you next week.